stop being annoying. Ah. I'm almost finished with chapter 46. What's up, Frank? Just hit the next page. Like a writing machine. Like a dancing machine. Gene, the dancing machine. What's up, baby? What's up? What's up? Go lay down. Don't bite me. What the fuck was that? You just bite me? Go lay down. Don't be whining. I got the dog here. Tom Duffy in the house. Tom, you know Tom. You're Tom's buddy. Say hi to Tom, Alice. Say hi to Tom. She's being alright. Shelly had to run to work, but now she is at a. Michelle, who works for her, is it's her birthday, and they're doing their birthday lunch, and then she will be home. And then we'll be getting some cleaning done. So I got to get some writing in. So I knocked off a chapter of mine and Tom's thing this morning. I'm just about to knock off another chapter of Down and Dirty 5, chapter 46. That gives me 4 chapters to get done this weekend. Unless I'm just going to jump into the next chapter while we're here, of course. I'm probably going to hit the bathroom at least twice. Since I've been going about every 20 minutes. Good. She went somewhere. Stop. Yesterday and today she's crying. I don't know, she's crying like... So yesterday, my wife left her home. She had to go to bring her aunt to the doctor's, one of her 4 billion doctor's appointments every week. And it was like, oh, I'm going to be gone for 3-4 hours, so let me go do this. And the dog just cried the whole time. Until I went out there, stopped working, sat on the couch. She jumped, tried to get on the couch. I put her on the couch next to me. She snuggled, put her head on my lap, and then she fell asleep for 2 hours. And when I got up to make myself lunch, she's crying. So now today, Shelly's been gone since about 8 o'clock this morning. She's been fine. She's crying a little bit here and there, but yeah, doesn't it sound like a tired goat? Not even like a normal goat, just a tired one. Tom says, I broke the record for hitting the bathroom all night long. My stomach is still a little off. Yeah, my stomach is way off. And I think it's because Tuesday and Wednesday I had Domino's pizza. And I need to remind myself in moments like this that what I call fast food pizza, Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, on and on, is not good for my stomach. And I never remember this. And then I get it, and then I don't feel well. What? What? What's going on? Lay down in the bed. Lay down. Get out of the garbage. There's nothing in there for you to eat. If you eat something out there, then you're really gonna be sick. Don't mess with the cat. Anyway. So I think I'm still trying to get rid of all that awful pizza. Must be all that New York pizza you've been eating. No, that I was fine. That was Saturday. I was fine, but it was the when did I order that? Tuesday night. Tuesday night I should have made myself something. I was like, I'm just going to order some pizzas. What a moron. So yeah. So we went to a fancy steakhouse last night for dinner. One of my wife's vendors was down from Boston and took her office to dinner. So it was me and my wife, Patrick and Jennifer and Michelle. Her husband, Rocco, could not attend. He was working or something. And then this guy and his wife. So we spent a lot of the night talking about the Boston Celtics and talking about field hockey or something. What's that stupid sport that they play up in Massachusetts? I think he's from New Hampshire. It's not field hockey. It's not highlight. It's whatever it is. It's what all the preppies play. And the kid's hoping to get a lacrosse. Thank you, Tom. Couldn't think of lacrosse. And he's hoping to get a scholarship, but kid's like 13. I'm like, calm down. You got many more years. Rocco Fury. So here's the problem, Frank. Here's the problem. I grew up in New Jersey. Rocco Fury. You know, we all know Rocco Furio is his real last name. Rocco Molina was a guy who was a drummer in a band that I knew. Rocco, like Vista Ponte or some shit like that, was a guy I went to middle school with. So I knew a lot of... No, not cricket. I knew a lot of guys named Rocco. So when... Rocco Despirito, exactly. So when Michelle, who's Filipino,
but her name is really Michelle. And she's not like Filipino off the boat, Filipino, like, she was born here. She was born in Rhode Island, I think. When she introduced, oh, this is my husband, Rocco. And I was like, how cool. I know people named Rocco. He's like, oh, who do you know? And I'm like, oh, and I say Rocco Fiorio, Rocco Balboa. I don't say that. He's like, no. Rocco's my last name. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Rocco. It's like John. Something simple, like John Rocco or something. And I'm like, so your last name is Rocco? He's like, yeah. But they call me Rocco. And his wife obviously calls him Rocco. And that was very disappointing. Like, I wanted his first name to be Rocco. You know what I'm saying? And then some really cool last name. Rocco's not a last name, it's a first name in New Jersey. So, yeah. Yeah, Rocco and Bullwinkle. You know what I'm saying? Last names. No. First names. So there you go. So anytime she says Rocco, I kind of flinch because I'm like, I don't like that. Rocco Siffredi. That's an excellent one. Phenomenal film work. But anyway, I had the it's one of these fancy places. So they had the sea bass. Now, it did not say Chilean sea bass. Although Jennifer said Chilean. I'm like, no. I'm like, it's Chilean sea bass. I order the sea bass. And most everybody else orders, like, the steak. And then everybody starts getting their food. We're there like 2-3 hours. You know, it's one of these hoity-toity places where it just takes you forever to get your food. Because everybody's having a conversation. The waiter is joking around with me. Mr. Armand, he keeps calling me. And so, everybody's food comes out. Mine does not. My sea bass. And so the head waiter comes up. You can tell because he was the one in all black. And he says, excuse me, Mr. Armand. We had a little mishap in the kitchen. We dropped the sea bass. So we're going to remake it for you. And I said, well, just pick it up off the floor and wipe it off. I'm sure your kitchen's clean. I'll eat it. He's like, no, but Patagonia Tooth. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I know. I always give the whole story about the real name and everything else. Yeah, I'm way ahead of you on that one, Mr. Frank. So, he brings out shrimp cocktail. He's like, here, this is on the house. Sorry for making you wait. And the freaking shrimp were like this freaking big. Like they were gigantic. And there was like 6 of them. So I ate those. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. What? I'm not picking you up. No, you're not coming up here. There's no room for you. I'm trying to kill people in this book. So, and then finally my food came out. And then I ate. Oh yeah, like Jennifer, she got like scallops, and I was like, I said those aren't real scallops, you know. She's like, yeah, I'm like, no, it's actually stingray. Like you can tell by when they have the what is it? When they have the streaks on the cut, they have that's just stingray. Literally, it's just stingray. You're not actually eating scallops. Like they have the big, she had like the giant, like 6 giant scallops. Like that's not. But that is not messing up my stomach. I think it's still that friggin' pizza going through me. Although, in all fairness, yesterday I made sausage sandwiches for lunch. And then today I had 3 hot dogs. Sabret's hot dogs. Those are good for you. Those don't. Whatever they put in there. They might put something from Patagonia in that as well. Who can say? Full scalps, and I have one other thing in Lights of Fear. I'm going to guarantee you, Tom, 95% of the scallops you have ever eaten in your life are really stingray. scallops themselves are very, very expensive and very rare. The tiny ones, if you ever go anywhere and they have small scallops, those are scallops usually. But the big ones, if you get the big ones, those are all going to be stingray. Devil ray. Nice! So there you go. I learned that from, I forget who I learned it from, some chef. Some chef taught us all that one. They're still delicious. Listen, it's actually very, stingray is a little sweeter. Skate is good. Yeah, rat skates, not so good. You know, a good stingray will kill you or will make pretend it's scallops. Either way. Yeah, skate wings. Yeah. Exactly. We watched another episode of The Grudge last night. My wife actually watched it with me. Jose Bautista from the Blue Jays versus Rude Ned, whatever his name is, Odor. It's really Odor. O-D-O-R is Odor. From the Rangers. That monumental punch to the face. Odor punched Bautista right in the face. Several years ago, we watched the episode of that. We also watched the one of the Dark Side of the Ring episode with Muhammad Hassan, who was an Italian from Syracuse, and they made him into a Middle Eastern terrorist wrestler. That was a good episode. You know why? Because the dude wasn't on drugs. The dude didn't beat anybody. The dude didn't do anything illegal. He just got screwed with a really, really bad, really bad wrestling gimmick. So that was a good episode. I liked it. Then we watched Contraband, the Seized at the Border show, one of those episodes. And literally, they arrested like 6 or 7 people, and they all of them were crystal meth. One of them was like 200 kilos of crystal meth in a car. Literally, you, honey, stop. You pull up the rug in the car, and there's just crystal meth. All the seats filled, all the doors, every part of it, the tires, all of it. 200 kilos of crystal meth worth I think it was like $2.4 million or something like that. And of course, the lady's like, I don't know how that got there. I had no idea that I was driving and standing on crystal meth. It's the first I'm hearing of this. Is that your car, ma'am? Yes. If you ever let anybody else borrow the car, no. Before you try to cross over the border from Mexico, did anybody mess with your car or anything? No. Well, then, can you explain all this crystal meth? No. There's a bed in here for her, which she rarely lays down. I wish she would just lay down and stare at me. But she goes into the living room, and then nobody's out there, and then she's whining. I'm trying to write here. I'm trying to write an epic, the Great American Novel here. Alright, so 46 is now done. Now we're doing 47. Alright. I can feel the bathroom coming up. Of course, drinking 3 cups of coffee in the morning probably doesn't help. I got this book today in the mail, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead by Michael Ledwidge. Michael Ledwidge. Supposedly good. Somebody recommended this as like one of the top 50 greatest noir books ever. Oh crap, but it's signed by the author. The author signed it. It's a flat sign. Which, now you can sell this on eBay. I would have never flat signed this. 2003, this book. For Tom and Grace, with love and appreciation. I wonder if Tom Duffy and who the hell is Grace? Anyway, I'm going to read this at some point. I got about 80,000 books. Tom, I also found another noir book. I finally fixed them. Put them in order on the shelf so I can order the rest of them. I think I need like 30 out of like the 150. And there's like 5 more coming out. But they haven't announced dates yet. Anyway, I found Seattle Noir. And I had 2 copies of that. So I will see you. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. So I will give it to you tomorrow. If you're even still on. At first I thought like, oh, maybe she got a stomach ache or something. And then I realized, no, she misses Shelley and she's whining. That seems demonic. I swear, if I go in there and like her head splits open and tentacles start shooting out like in the thing, I don't even have a flamethrower. I don't think in the house charged. Not a charged one, not one ready to use. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds crazy, right? She sounds nuts. Alice, what are you doing? Stop. I know, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to have to go sit in there with her. Until Shelley comes home. And I'd be like, here, your problem. That's a weird, like, that's not like, when she started doing it yesterday, at first I was like, what the hell is that? No, like, what could that possibly be? Tom said, just got approved on NetGalley for an arc of Mallerman's nonfiction book. Nice. Oh, very good. I got the, on Netflix, not Netflix, NetGallery, I got the publisher asked if I was interested in the new Ramsey Campbell. I forget the name of it. And I was like, yeah, sure. So they said, go on Netflix and put in this code and it's yours. And I did. And I started reading it last night, and it's good, except for there's too many characters. There's 2 sets of grandparents and their kids who have a kid, and the 6-year-old boy is basically talking to a headless ghost is the kind of the thing, and we're in the middle of England somewhere. And so far, a lot of the dialogue, I will say, is terse. I use that word. And I'm like, I don't know, these people just seem like assholes. It's very hard for me to like anybody here. Mr. Frank says they throw the best damn parties in the rim of hell. DAD, Disneyland After Dark. Great song. Still don't know what's going on with the Coons book, just over 50% through. I read it, I finished it, I did a review. No spoilers in my review. I gave it a 4. I really should have given it a 3.5. Not his best work. Can't shake you. I'm sleeping my day away is probably the best DAD song ever. Ain't nothing gonna break your stride. I think that's that might be a different DAD. I have a feeling it's gonna be something cheesy. I will not comment on that comment. I'm reading it and I'm like, please don't let it be this. Please don't let it be this. And then it's this. Did I hear cheese? The magic word for Nicholas in. What's up, Nick? So my goal is to finish this Down and Dirty 5 by Sunday. Although we are going to Callahan Barbecue food tasting for Shelly's 50th birthday party tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But then hopefully we don't dilly-dally and I can get home and get some more writing in. And then Sunday I'm sure she'll spend most of the day at her mom's. So then I will get, hopefully I will finish it off. It's like she's whining very, very low now. I do like in the new Dean Koontz book where basically they're like, oh, so they went to the pizza place and then they all ordered food and I'm not gonna waste your time telling you what they ate. Oh, they all had Thanksgiving dinner together. I'm not gonna waste your time telling you what they ate. I'm like, dude, that's how I write a book. People eat and then stuff happens around that. No dilly-dallying. I'm sure I'll need to get back to use the bathroom after all that barbecue. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Alice, come on. From the windows to the walls. Yeah. So I'm this is my thing. This is what I said to my wife last night. Monday is the 1st, right? No, Sunday is the 1st. Sunday is the 1st. Sunday I'm going to get my 6,000 steps in. And I'm also going to do better portion control of my food. This is going to be a big... We got June into July into August. 2 months before MondoCon / Shelly's 50th birthday. I need to look my best. I need to drop like 20 pounds. And in 2 months, 10 pounds, couple pounds every week. And I think I could do that immediately by no more sweet tea and like not eating 3 hot dogs or 5 hot dogs at a sitting. More like Malice, am I right? Alice in Hell. Yeah, something like that. She sounds miserable. And I know, but I'm gonna have to just go sit in there. Excuse me, get some reading in. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe, and I also want to remind you to follow me on YouTube. Please. Please. I've gotten 30 more people for this entire month. Like literally one a day. So in order for me to get to 1,000, it'll take me 3 years. They ain't gonna cut it. Nikki's here. Did I block him? I don't see anything she's typing. Just say cheese and he'll respond. Hi, Blue Cheese Frank. I'll see what you did there. So my goal is to not be on for long. Basically, try to get like a little bit more writing in. Tom, you writing? Tom, get this fucking chapter done. Because you're not going to be writing all weekend. I'd like to get another chapter in tonight. Or this weekend. Or at some point. But, I got housework to do once my wife gets home, so. I did the dishes, though. Trying to get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm making hot dogs for lunch. I might as well wash everything now. So that's done. I got to take out the garbage. I got to take out the recycling. I got to bring the garbage can in from the road. I have to put stuff away that's sitting on the dining room table. Clean up the living room. Fold the blankets. Strip the beds so we can wash all the sheets. Do laundry. Vacuum. Oh, so much to do. Take out meat for dinner tonight. I forgot to do. Damn it. It'll get done. We'll be close to 25K. Yeah. Yeah, we are knocking this shit out. If we can keep it going to 2 chapters a day. If we could do that, if we can keep it to 2 chapters a day, Monday through Friday, 5 weeks we're done with this thing. And obviously then at any time over a weekend, if you're like, you know what, I'm just going to throw in I'm going to toss in an extra chapter here and get it done. Then I will also do the same. We can get it done, these done earlier. I like it. I like, just so everybody knows, so it's not a big surprise, is we're doing a trilogy with the same main character, but it's going to be 3 different stories. It's not going to be running into the next one or the next one. It'd be noir, private investigator stuff. So it'll be like 3 different cases, which would be cool. I like it. I like what we're doing so far. If you write one on a weekend, I will most likely write one so you can start again in the morning on Mondays, since I usually start writing in the afternoon. Well, I have the last couple weekends I've wrote on the weekend, so that will definitely happen. But I'll be honest with you, you knock off this chapter tonight, I might write another chapter, or definitely tomorrow morning I'm going to write another chapter. I don't take days. I can't take days off. I got to keep writing. And once we get to Sunday, where I'm completely done with this Down and Dirty 5, I'm not going to jump into 6, probably for the rest of the week. So it'll just be focused on You and I and some short stories. What programs do you all write with? Y'all write with? We are writing on Google Docs. That way we can see each other You can basically see it live as Tom's writing, or as I'm writing. I use Word, but it shuts down randomly. I don't use Word. I don't ever use Word anymore. What I do is I write on Google Docs, because it automatically will save it every several seconds. Then when the story is done, complete, I immediately download it as a Word doc to my computer. And then from there, in my download file, I automatically go to my external drive, and I put a copy down over there. So I always have it up in my Google Docs, then I always have it on my laptop, and then I always have it on the external drive. And then once every quarter or so, I have another external drive, which is normally not plugged in. I'll plug that in, and I'll just override everything on it from the other external drive. That one is a much bigger external drive. Like this one is like a whatever size, T's 1T or something, toddler size. The other one's like a 4T, much bigger toddler. You should make sure everything's backed up before you go to bed. You don't want to lose shit. Does Google have the same conversion ability like Doc, etc.? I don't know. What the fuck? What do I work for them? All I know is I drop everything to a Word doc. And then when I'm uploading, I make it into a PDF to put it, usually a PDF to put it up onto Amazon. Do the formatting and stuff. I don't use Vellum. I don't use any of those other programs. Google Docs is the way. Google Docs will save as a doc or pretty much any type of text file you want. Exactly. Yeah, veto. Yeah, I just hit the file and I just save it as a doc. And then it gets saved everywhere. Everything's saved 3 times, 4 times, 86 times. What I will save as most formats. Yeah, Vito. Yeah. Usually they're just gonna ask for a doc. So they can format it any way they want. But there's other ones that I've run into that are like, you can only use this as a PDF. We can only use this, you strip this out or that out, whatever. Which style guide are you using? All these crazy, stupid questions. You hear that expression, no question is stupid? That's stupid. That saying is stupid. I'm using the Malachi Crunch one. Figures you're a shrunken white guy. So typical of you, Frank. Malachi Crunch is my backup style. Those guys were great on Happy Days. That was my favorite episodes. Pinky Tuscadero, the Malachi Brothers. Those are some great ones. When they had the Demolition Derby and they used the Malachi Crunch. Phenomenal. Frank, have you finished watching all the Love Boats yet? Is there an actual last episode of Love Boat where they all like cry together, or by that point it was like only like 3 people still in the show? Like, I wonder if there was ever like a replacement Isaac or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a young Denzel Washington became the bartender in the last season because the guy who played Isaac was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this anymore." Gopher is like, "I'm going to be a senator," or whatever he was. So get somebody out. Oh, Rick Moranis is going to come and take my place? Fine. Love Boat hits Gilligan's Island. I would see that. I switched to the Emerald Lagasse chant. Really? So he's just making food and going, pow, pow! I think you'd have to watch that with the sound off. Oh, Bam. Sorry, Bam. I forgot. You're a fan. I'm not. We watched that, that was that chick, Sherry Papini. Have you watched that one yet? It's a four part, 4 hour. It's the chick who ran away with her boyfriend and made pretend, like Gone Girl, she made pretend she was kidnapped. And then she came back, and then the FBI sued her for lying about two Puerto Rican women, 2 Mexican women abducted her, and it ended up being like her ex-boyfriend who she was talking to again. It was very interesting because like, the whole thing, I'm like, you know what? Maybe the boyfriend did kidnap her, but I don't like her so much, I don't care. Sometimes I think you confuse dreams you've had with documentaries you've seen. That is also the truth. Yeah. It's good. I forget the name of it, like the Sherry Papini. Something about, basically it's like Sherry Papini, what a fucking liar is the real title of it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice. I really need to get a chapter, just a page done, you know? But it's all the way down. Look how far that is. That's just too far. Just way too far. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm done. I feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. Remember Rescue from Gilligan's Island 7 when they opened a resort on the island? That was a classic. Classic. Where else were they going to go, though, after all those years? You know what I'm saying? Especially when, like, you know, Ginger was a different person now. Literally. Just insane. They don't make them like that anymore. Thank God. All right, everybody, you enjoy your weekend. Have a great, great weekend. Tom, I will see you tomorrow at the Callahan barbecue. Feast like kings. The meat of our enemies. The whole lashing the hits together to escape the island seemed like something they could have figured out to do 3 seasons earlier. No, I remember that episode. That because the tides had shifted or something. This was the only way, like in 100 years, that the tides would take them to where they needed to go. So then they had to do it quickly. They had to do that. Yeah, hurricane hit them, exactly. Changed and everything up. I keep typing long after you end this room. I wonder if it like shows up, like if I'm watching it, like watch it after on YouTube and there's like another 5 things Frank said. Well, I'm gonna hang up now. I'm gonna shut this off now, Frank. So feel free to just keep typing. It was that or death, Nick. Speaking of that, are you gonna blow shit up this weekend? I hope so. All right, everybody. Yeah, there was not a lot of typhoons except for that one. Have a great weekend.